The Raiders. Oh boy. You know, when I look at the Oakland Raiders, I could say any number of things. The bottom line is, while Al Davis was the face of that franchise for so many years and did so many wonderful things for that organization, the last 8-9 years of his life, his incompetence, his lack of grasp of NFL and football reality really set this organization back many years. It really, really did. Poor drafts, bad free agent contracts, a constant coaching carousel. You know, the Raiders are still paying the price for that. And now, you know, you've got Dennis Allen. He's got the helm, it looks like, at least for a full year this year. But this is an organization that still has a long way to go and is not very good on the field whatsoever. I don't think they're the worst team in the NFL, but they sure as hell played like one of the worst teams in the NFL last year, and their record bore that out. Looking at the Raiders offensively, for so many years their philosophy has always wanted to be that they ran the ball, and when they threw the ball, they wanted to throw the ball deep to score touchdowns, not just get first downs. Well, they haven't been able to execute on that for quite a period of time. You look at this team, they brought in Matt Flynn in the offseason to assume that he was going to be the starting quarterback, at least be a transitional guy until they found that young guy that could be the face of the franchise. Well, Flynn has looked incompetent enough in the preseason that it looks like they are indeed going to go with Terrell Pryor, and it's the right thing to do. Terrell Pryor, at least, can bring the element of the big play because of his feet. He has a stronger arm than Matt Flynn. He has better feet than Matt Flynn. There is more upside. There is more room for growth and potential with Terrell Pryor for that Raiders offense in 2013 than there is Matt Flynn, and that's just the way there is to it. First, they cut Darius Hayward-Bay because of salary cap considerations. It's a team that has guys like Denarius Moore on the outside, okay receivers, but definitely nothing to really write home about. They lost their tight end Myers to the Giants in the offseason. You've got Run DMC, who in a lot of ways has just been a head case and a problem for his previous 5 years in Oakland for the most part, and he's not a guy that has really proven himself that he could be relied upon, both in terms of attitude and especially because of his injury history. The interesting thing is, though, is that this is a walk year for Darren McFadden in his contract, and usually when you can get a guy in a walk year, they find a way to magically have a great season. Can you imagine that? The Raiders, what's their identity on offense? That's what I want to know. Are they going to give Terrell Pryor a shot the entire year? I think they should. I think they need to. I don't think they have anything to lose at this point because they really are, along with the Chargers and a few other teams, they're really in the Jadeveon Clowney, Teddy Bridgewater sweepstakes at this point anyways until they prove otherwise. What is their identity on offense? I don't know if they're going to have one all year. Are they going to be a run-first team? Are they going to be a team that likes to throw the ball a lot? Will they score consistently enough to win in the NFL? Will they score consistently enough to beat some good teams? On the defensive side of the football, they drafted DJ Hayden. They drafted C.O. Moore. They drafted Hayden a bit too high compared to where other people had him graded, sure, but that's what they did. You've got a bunch, and I emphasize again, a bunch of retreads and rejects, as new starters on the defense, including the 2 draft picks. You've got a total of 9 new starters on the Raiders' defensive side of football. You've got guys like Charles Woodson and Nick Roach and Hunter and Walker and Sims and Burnett and Jenkins. Oh my God. This feels like an Al Davis team with all the free agents and retreads and rejects from other places that have come there to play for the Oakland Raiders on the defensive side of the football. 9 new defensive starters. That's a lot. And a lot of them being either guys that are past their primes, in like Charles Woodson's case, or guys that are maybe being paid too much money in the case of Nick Roach. The Raiders still, for the past several years, haven't been able to stop any damn buddy. Whether it be the running game, the passing game on a consistent basis, their defense has just been the drizzling shits. And I think what Reggie McKenzie, Dennis Allen, this organization is hoping for is that bringing in some of these veterans, these retreads, these rejects, whatever you want to label them as, that they're going to bring some experience to the table, some more consistency to the table, and as a result, the Raiders might not get shredded as much defensively as a football team. I wouldn't get too carried away with believing or thinking in that, but shit, stranger stuff has happened. I'm not going to overrate the Raiders this year like I have the past couple of years. They were bad last year. I still think they're going to be bad again this year. A team that wins 6 or 7 games and is battling it out with the Chargers to be the worst team in the AFC West. Ultimately, I think the Chargers will be the worst team. They might only win 4 or 5 games even if I really want to go there. I think the ceiling for the Raiders right now is 6, maybe 7 wins. And if that's what they get, you can't be too mad if you're a Raiders fan, because you sure as hell can't expect much more than that.